Good afternoon. My name is Pheona Walker, and I'm a mother of 12-year-old twins who have ADHD. I'm also someone who received her own ADHD diagnosis in her late 30s. That diagnosis transformed my life, helping me to understand my children in a way I never thought possible. Today, I sit before you as a parent, an advocate, and someone very familiar with the challenges associated with ADHD. Living with ADHD is like navigating a stormy sea. It's challenging, unpredictable, but it's also filled with moments of beauty and growth. For years, I blamed myself for my struggles, thinking I was unintelligent or careless. My diagnosis was a revelation. It allowed me to forgive myself for my past mistakes and better support my children. That's why in my family, we celebrate small victories like completing a school project or filing your federal taxes before midnight on April 15th. Structured routines, CBT therapy, meditation, deep breathing, and physical exercise are just some of the great tools we use, but they're also life changing strategies. Um, None of this works in isolation. It depends on a delicate cocktail of supports at home, in school, and in the community. The Department of Education plays a pivotal role in this cocktail. It ensures that my kids have an IEP that provides tailored strategies that empower them to strive. Classroom accommodations like seating arrangements that minimize distractions, extended time on tasks, small group instructions, visual reminders. These are all essential to my children's success. And without these accommodations, their learning environment would crumble, and so would their confidence. Our family treatment plan also includes essential stimulants like Concerta and Focalin. These psychiatric prescribed neurological medications improve our focus, our attention, self-regulation. The consequences of not having my ADHD medication are real and dangerous. In my transition, for example, to adulthood, I turned to coffee and all types of energy drinks in a futile attempt to motivate myself to arrive timely to class, to focus on long, boring lectures. My struggles even led to terrifying moments on the road where my lack of concentration cost me dearly, resulting in at least 2 to 3 car accidents yearly, and some of them even included my children being in the back seat. So these therapies and medications aren't luxury. They are the key to unlocking our full potential. I grew up in a world where kids like me were labeled lazy, daydreamers. I don't want that for my children or any child with ADHD. They deserve to be seen for their creativity, their humor, their determination, not punished for how their brains work. Every intervention and support they receive is not giving them an advantage, but it's about leveling the playing field so they can adequately be prepared for adulthood. My story isn't unique. It's the story of countless families who know the exhaustion of advocating for their children while maintaining their own challenges. We know the heartbreak of watching them, our children struggle, and the joy of seeing them succeed against all odds. My daughter, for example, she was kicked out of 6 daycares before the age of 5. And her elementary school frequently called me regarding her impulsivity, her mood swings, her anxiety. My son, too, he faced his own battles. He struggled with distraction, with reading difficulties because after I did a neuropsych evaluation, I found out he had phonics dyslexia. And all that was magnified by the inconsistency and the negativity of those who didn't understand how his brain worked. They thought, oh, he's just a bad kid or he just doesn't want to learn. But I am happy to report that they both are in 6th grade. They're honor roll students, 3.6 and above, all 3 quarters this year, going this school year. They're active members in their middle school robotics team. They're junior ushers at my church. They're in 100 Black men of PG County and in the robotics team for the 100 Black men of PG County. And finally, they're in the Prince George's County Parks and Rec swim team, which I might mention were the division champions over the summer. So what keeps me going is hope. Hope that society will continue to embrace neurodiversity and provide evidence-based supports that make all the difference in our lives. Our children are not broken. They are extraordinary. So let's continue to support these evidence-based strategies, medications, therapies, IEPs, 504s, because ADHD, dyslexia, learning disability, mood disorders, which are some of the things that go along, anxiety that go along with ADHD, doesn't and should not define our children's intelligence or potential. Thank you. I appreciate you listening to me today. Have a wonderful day.